All right. Let's go live. What's up, dudes and dudettes? This is Griever back here, bringing you guys One Punch Man. That was 2 punches, but who cares? 2 Punch Man, chapter 142, live reaction right here, right now. Obligatory runoff time of 5 to 10 minutes, and then we are getting right underway with the chapter. Because I would love to say that this is chapter 141, but apparently, once again, just like redraws and stuff like that and redos, numbering doesn't seem to matter to One or Murata either. There's another chalk on the old pro list. Yeah, let's start the stream off with some fire. Let's start the stream off with some, with some controversy just right off the bat, just to piss off the chat and the fan bases as much as humanly possible before even getting into the chapter, right? Like, that's my job, isn't it? I'm like the only, as far as I'm aware, I'm the only unbiased, or I guess biased in the wrong way, I'm the only unbiased person who does live reactions on YouTube to One Punch Man chapters, and like, sometimes you could borderline even say I shit on them, depending on the context, right? Or Murata, or One, or the scheduling, or the unfairness, or this, that, the other thing, whatever it is. I feel like I'm the only one. I feel like everybody else, even if they don't like what happens in the chapter, they always, hallelujah, So if you guys are in my stream, you know exactly what's coming down. So usually, actually lately I find where I didn't react to chapter 140, nobody told me it was worth reacting to. I had to binge read it just now when Vib posted my Discord, said, hey, 142 dropped. You're going to really like it. And I was like, 142, why does that number seem off? So then I had to go back and check, and I was like, oh, I reacted to 139. Okay, fair enough. There was probably 2 chapters that, there were probably 30 pages. It probably wasn't interesting to me, and I told you guys that. I said, listen, I don't mind reacting to the odd One Punch Man chapter, but I'm not here month to month, week to week, year to year, what it boils down to, for One Punch Man solely. So make sure that if it's a chapter worth reacting to, it's a chapter worth reacting to. So it's like, all right, skip 2 chapters, no problem. Then I find out, I was like, 142, really? I skipped 2 whole chapters, and now we're on to the 3rd one? That seems odd. So I went and read chapter 140. Not a bad chapter. I understand why it didn't garner a stream or reaction, right? You guys get that too. It was an okay chapter, but I mean, what was to react to? And then I tried to find chapter 141. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find chapter 141. And I said, well, I'll ask the man himself. So I posted in my Discord and said, Viv, is 142 right? Like, I'm making the thumbnail for the stream. You said it's worthy of reacting to. And right now, looking at the chat, we have Diamond Jirachi. That's sort of an oxymoron. 4th gen, 3rd gen legendary. Cool. I like the wordplay there, Diamond Jirachi. Diamond Jirachi says 20 out of 10 chapters, so clearly worth it. One Nation Army's in here as well, saying another glorious stream, which it shall be, of course. It always is a glorious stream. It's glorious. And so I said to him, like, hey, are you sure this is chapter 142? Like, where the hell is chapter 141? I tried to find it really quick, just so I was caught up. Because I don't sit down on Twitter and wait for the, latest chapter of One Punch Man, as you guys probably know already. You guys tell me to read it, I read it. When you don't, I literally don't. So, I have to catch up at times. And so I caught up, and then, as I said, 141 doesn't exist. And he goes, you know what? Even the real fans, not you, but the real fans of One Punch Man, even they're confused by this shit. Nothing's making sense right now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Just call it chapter 142. The missing, it's sort of like Super Mario Brothers, the lost levels. Chapter 141, We had all this 130, what was it? Like 127.2, 127.3, and then officially 128, which was only like 20 pages or something. Remember when Murata pulled that fucking stunt? And that was kind of stupid? Yeah. Once again, we're going on a numbering scheme here with One Punch Man that is... These guys are getting away with blue bloody murder in the manga community. I swear to God. Anybody else pulled this shit? I swear to hell. Like if you're Hunter x Hunter, if you're Berserk, or you're One Punch Man, it doesn't matter to follow integrity. It doesn't matter to follow etiquette. It doesn't matter to follow proper numbering systems. Apparently none of it matters. I don't know. But that being said, this is not a hate-on stream, guys. This is not a hate-on stream. I just figured I'd get that out of the way because I'm confused. I'm a guy looking at my thumbnails, looking at my channel, guys. You know I like consistency. I like everything to look the same. Like, that's why my thumbnails always have the same little blue box, like my live and my chat box right now on stream. Always the same little box, different colorations, with the same text, with the same, everything looks nice, concise, playlist 1, 2, 3, 4. I like that. Call it OCD, call it what you want, but I like things to look pretty. I like them to look in order. I like it pretty on my bookshelf, right? And One Punch Man basically goes, with that shit. So, yeah. So I had to make sure for the stream thumbnail, I wanted to get that out of the way because once again, this is just another little blight on it. But, yeah. And we needed the runoff time anyways. This was last minute. And we're jumping between viewers right now. We're going all the way down to 4 and all the way up to 8. So I'm just waiting right now to see how many people we're going to get into in the first 10 minutes like we usually do. And then we're going to start the chapter review as always. But most of you guys, the regulars here, all know that I don't ever start reading the chapter until at least 10 minutes in. So, I mean, you can come back in 3-4 minutes and I'll be starting reading. I mean, it's up to you. Dath is in here and he says fire chapter. So we got a 20 out of 10, a glorious stream, a fire chapter. This chapter, it sounds like it's going to be something worthwhile. And Solo Warrior's in here and says forgot about One Punch Man, to be honest. I don't blame you. I forgot about it too. So yeah. Oh, did somebody actually take away a like? Oh, I'm really pissing people off already. Awesome. That's what we're looking for here, guys. We're looking to piss off as many One Punch Man stands in the first 20 minutes of a stream as humanly possible. Saitama's not that depth of a character. There. Bam. Let's go. Actually, I don't mind Saitama. I just hate when people say, like, he has such great character development. And it's like, no, he has a backstory and he hasn't developed for 140 chapters. But, okay. Like, him being depressed and all that stuff, which is something that I want to make a video about and argue. Him being depressed because he can't find the best fight, the best this, the best that. I get all that, right? And that makes sense in the way that people are saying. But it's one of those funny things where I honestly think that it boggles the mind when people say, oh yeah, he has such great character development throughout the story. It's like, well, no, he doesn't. When we meet him, he's already overpowered. We get his backstory really quick, like the anime episode does it first and then the manga does it different. But either way, we get his backstory. It's only a chapter or two. There's where all the development happens in a backstory. He hasn't actually developed from chapter 1 till now. He's still the same depressed hero who ends everything in one punch and is living his life through depression. How has he evolved is something that I'm curious to figure out. But, yeah. But we're not here to talk about Saitama. We're here to eventually, in another 1 minute and 20 seconds, we're about to read chapter 142, apparently. 141 is lost. Lost to the ages. Solo Warrior says, have not read it, looking forward to the chapter. Cool. Das says, next chapter may be a redraw though, so don't get your hopes up after this. I have zero hope for One Punch Man because I don't really care about One Punch Man deaths, so it's a wonderful thing. Tenryo says, Godzilla vs. Kong is next week. Go Godzilla. Go Zilla. Right? Yeah, that's super hype. Tenryo's right to be hyped about that. Diamond Tarachi said, development does not equal depth. Absolutely. I agree with that. But people misuse, it's sort of like people misuse immortality versus eternal youth versus invincibility, right? People misspeak and use the terms incorrectly all the time. And a lot of people say that Saitama has a lot of character development throughout the story. I would argue, once again, you're not wrong that he has a certain level of depth. I don't think it's mind-boggling level of depth. but he does definitely have depth throughout the story. He does not really have any character development, as far as I'm concerned. Luffy has very little character development too. This is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not like One Punch Man is crap because Saitama doesn't grow. That's not the point. A lot of the Straw Hats don't exactly have major character development. You know, they have a little bit here and there. They have major moments, you know, but for the most part, they remain the same character that when we first were introduced to them. Zoro's still Zoro. Luffy's still Luffy. Usopp's still Usopp. Actually, to be fair, I think Usopp is one of the characters who not one of my favorites, but he probably has more character development than Zoro, Nami, or Luffy. So, yeah. Solar Warrior said, still can't find the chapter. The chapter is in my Discord, man. Just go quickly check there. One Nation Army says, Team Godzilla. That's right. Go Team Godzilla. So we're over 10 minutes in. We got 9 people in here. We got the likes. And by the way, guys, if there's 9 people in here, why are there only 5 likes? Rookie numbers. Jack them up. All right, here we go. So we're going to jump right in here. This is One Punch Man with 2 punches. Fitness is awesome. We get waifu material sitting back here. Don't know who this chick is. I'm sure she's totally relevant. And, yeah, for the cover page. So, Rejuvenated Offense. All right, chapter 142. Let's go. That's not working. There we go. So, once again, as always, translators are Lucci, Grey Words, and this time, Nitrote. QC is done by Grey Words. Grey spelt wrong. Redraws the King Cringe, and cleaning and typeset by Vip. All right, there we go. So, okay, we have one of my favorite Class A heroes. We have Suryu sitting here, just snoozing away. My. These sure don't look like the muscles of someone who's been lying in bed. And it's Suiko. Sure, so that's the girl from the cover page. All right. Once again, not a huge One Punch Man stan. I'm sure we've seen her before, but is she like the sister? Is she like, the girlfriend? I'm not sure. So, starts poking at him. Poke. Just laughing her ass off. Haha, amusing. Stop playing with your brother's chest, thank you. Okay, yeah, with the same, same sort of hair with the white highlights, for the manga, and the little bit of darker toned skin similar to Suryu. It just makes sense. All right, so you look fine after all. I thought you'd have been more depressed after getting the absolute crap knocked out of you by a monster. All right, she's cheery about it. I thought I was going to die, he says. Did you come to drag me back to the dojo thinking that my fighting spirit was completely broken? Is she going to, show up like the Vermilions, in Black Clover and be like Meriona and be like, haha, I'm actually S-class level. I'm just not part of the Hero Association. Is she going to pull that stunt? That would be cool. I would like that flip. I would enjoy that. She said, did you come to drag me back to the dojo? Let's see. Don't worry about the dojo, she says. While you were fooling around, I worked hard and took over the place. Really? Even though our dead grandpa wanted you to take over the dojo, big brother, but with you always wandering around, I can't imagine how grandpa would feel. The late Tsuchiyo Void Fist. Yeah, that's true. And we see them training as young children, and he's contemplating this, so she sort of took over in his stead. Sorry, Suiko, I can't go back for a while. There's something I want to do now. You're still not done playing around, peck boy? Poke. Wrong! And he just flexes his pecs to get away from the finger. I want to become a hero. If I use my strength to help others, I'm sure Grandpa would still be happy. And it'd be a positive for the dojo, right? Like Water Stream Rock Smashing Fist, for example. Here we go again. First you said you wanted to be a model. Then you said you'd be better suited for acting. I guess you said that. Okay, so he's been going through... You know what? I like this character development. This actually seems more like a classic battle manga with the character, like, all right, they want to be this, they want to be that. They have goals, they have responsibilities and goals, and somebody had to take the brunt of it. This time being the sister, etc., etc. This is all pretty decent writing. I actually like this, especially since I like his character. But this time I'm serious, and he looks pretty serious. He looks pretty cool, and even she notices this. So then she says, "Whatever, do what you want, right? Want me to peel you an orange? Yeah, sounds good." And now they're watching TV. Oh, look at... Oh, it's just a bag. I was like, is that the size of an orange she's peeling? That orange is, like, massive. I was like, what the hell? But no. All right. We've just now received a live feed from Zed City. New info. Special monster alert. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon levels converge. What on earth is that? Earthquake in Zed City. A mysterious large glowing object is drilling into the earth. Of course, that was Tornado doing her tornado-ist, which, by the way, why didn't she do that in the first place? But yeah, that fight went on way too long. I don't know how you guys feel about it. That fight went on longer than Sanji baking a goddamn cake. I don't want to hear a single person complain about Sanji baking a cake who went through that and think that pacing, especially monthly, which also had like 18 goddamn breaks. There was like a break of 4 months between chapters. And, like, that was bad. Like, the fight itself isn't too bad, but pacing-wise, it was awful. Yeah. So, it's disappearing. I'm glad that part's over because I think One Punch Man will get better from here because that fucking fight is over with. It's disappearing. The mysterious wall that has been covering Zed City is starting to vanish. Of course, that's, our terror tornado herself. 95 to HQ. Now we will resume rescue operations. And then we got some heroes down there. Hey, we're saved. Hell yeah, hang in there. Master, it's Mama Runner. So cool. Big sis. She's alive. Thank goodness. Okay, so we have Fubuki, we have Tank Top Master. Okay, they're all looking on, seeing like her as the shining golden goddess. She's still a bitch, but I get the feeling of relief that everybody, of course, would feel right now. And ever since the time we were attacked by that spaceship, I've been retraining myself to compete against psychic powers. But again, I didn't even come close. This is from Tank Top Master. Fubuki says, it can't be helped when you're up against her. Tank Top Master is literally on fire. I won't lose, Tatsumaki. That's exactly why you are my rival. I can feel my tank top tightening. Yeah, this dude is all about that tank top. But can we just call it a wife beater? That's not a tank top. It's a wife beater. It's a tank top when it's on a woman. It's a wife beater when it's on a dude. I'm sorry, man. You are the wife beater master. You're not tank top master. You're wife beater master. I mean, sorry to say. It's not a tank top when it's on a dude. Just making fun. I actually really like Tank Top Master. I think he's pretty cool. But it looks like Tatsumaki is really like, ugh. God damn. Like, look at her. Look at her. She's completely, like, that took a lot out of her. Once again, though, then again, I'm not going to make fun of it right now, but she, like, died, like, 4 times in this fucking fight. And every time it was like, I've used up... She pulled the old, the Yu Yu Hakusho thing. Haha, you fool! I was only using 80% of my power. Haha, you fool! This is truly 100% of my power. Haha, you fool! It was only 100% because I was helping the civilians escape. Now I'm using my true 100% power. Haha! 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 You know, she kept doing that, and she kept, like, literally losing consciousness and dying, like, 4 times in this fucking fight. So, I don't even buy this. I'm sure that when... Blast or Garo or somebody comes out of the rubble, she's going to still be able to launch, like, an attack the size of another missile, even though she shouldn't be, like, look at her. Like, she was half dead 10 chapters ago. Now she's still doing shit. Now, once again, you could say that that's because she's badass, she's awesome, etc., etc. If you're a Tatsumaki stan, I am clearly not. But even so, like, there are shonen levels amount of plot armor around Tatsumaki in this fight. And I'm just glad to see her, like, if she's worn out, I really want her to, like, fall right now and, like, somebody to catch her, like Tank Top Master or Fubuki, if somebody catches her and, like, she's literally passed out cold, she's losing a lot of blood, like, I want someone to acknowledge that she surpassed her limits, which is a very Black Clover thing. It's a very shonen thing. It's fine. I don't mind that part, but we need to see that now that she thinks the danger's over, truly, she needs to pass out at this point. She can't keep going. Like, look at, like, she looks devastated right now. Like, crazy. And all she's doing is huffing and panting, but she's smiling. And then we see bang down on the ground. I shouldn't go too far without checking the chat. I'll tell you what. Yeah, we'll check the chat right quick, and then we'll jump back because I don't know how many pages I'm going through. MangaDex is down, guys, so we're using a different sort of thing. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's just check the chat really quick because the chat's not super hype today. Like, it's not a Valkyrie stream, so I don't need to catch up like crazy. So we'll just catch up, and then we'll be good. Let's see. Das said Godzilla, let's go. Go Godzilla, go. Go Green Ranger, go. And just so you guys know, that's a reference to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, who, you know, the Dragon Zord based off Godzilla, so it sort of works here with the green, you know. It would have been weirder if I had gone, White Ranger, Tiger Power, White Ranger, Tiger. See, it didn't work as well, but with the Green Ranger, go. You know, that works. Yeah, Godzilla stan, Kong should get his ass kicked. But they're going to play it off that Godzilla's like poisoned or sick or mind controlled, and that's why he's attacking people, and Kong's going to be the good guy. Annoying, but okay. MC Dude said, just going to stop by and comment on the short-haired punch girl, let's go. Then bail, because class. Later, y'all. Okay, so MC Dude dropped in. Thanks for being here, man. I always appreciate when you drop in, even if only for a moment. The short-haired punch girl, let's go. I actually like her character design. You know what she reminds me of? She actually reminds me of a character from... she's literally got the exact same design, except for the eyebrows, of a character in History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi. And I really liked her character. Well, not one of my top favorite or anything, but I really liked her design, so it's cool to see another version of that here. So that's pretty cool. Fib said Class A hero, huh? I mean, yeah, like rank A, right? Class A, tier A, right? Like he's an A rank, isn't he? He's an A ranked hero. So he'd be in that class. Oh, I know what Vib's doing. Vib's thinking that I'm thinking My Hero Academia or something. Like, oh, he's from Class A. Like, no. I was just doing like, I just switched it around. Like tier, class, you know, ranking, whatever, right? I suppose I should have used the one that's used here, which is rank. Yeah, okay. A ranked hero, whatever. Diamond Darachi said Class A hero? Yeah. Okay, you guys. Yeah, I meant he's in that class. He's in, you know, you got B class, you got A class, you got S class, you know, they're in this class, you know, of, anyways, yeah. It's fine, whatever. Make fun of me in the comment section, it's okay. I got small shoulders, but they can hold a lot. Let's see. Dash said this is the first time we see her in the manga. Oh, cool. So it's not a character I was supposed to know, which is good. I like her, though. She's really cool. I really like her. MC Dude said she's new and Tsuruyu isn't a hero yet. I mean, isn't he? Is he not? Wait, what? What do you mean he's not a hero yet? I'm looking that shit up. That dude's A-ranked hero. Suryu from One Punch Man. He's a hero, isn't he? I swear to God, I thought this dude was an A-ranked hero. Is that why everybody's making fun of me? Not in my use of class, but the fact that he's not actually a ranked hero? Seriously? He's not a ranked hero? I swear to fuck, I remember him be... Really? Really? He's not. Not from this quick. I don't want to spoil myself with webcomic stuff, so I can't exactly check the wiki really quick, but he's really not. Okay. Okay. Well then, yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm full of shit. I just always assumed like he's an A-rank hero, but he wants to become okay. Somehow I missed that. Somehow I was like, yeah, I knew his drive to become a hero, but I thought it was more from a front of, for some reason, I believe that he was an A-ranked hero, but he doesn't see himself as a hero. He was more depth about that. It's like, I want to become a hero, as in being an A-rank hero in the Hero Association isn't that's a formality. That's a title card. To him, that doesn't matter. He wants to be a real hero, sort of idea. Sort of like the Heracles, the Hercules Disney movie, right? Like, that's not what being a hero is. Saving people, doing this, doing that, having the people calling you a hero does not make you a hero, right? I assumed it was going on that. Man, oh man. How did I not know this? How did I miss out on this? Huh. Wow. Wow, I feel stupid. But that's okay. I'm not a One Punch Man stan, so it's not like I'm supposed to be a Wikipedia about it. Anyways, though I do feel stupid because I really like his character and I should have known this about him, but I swear to hell I saw a title card and he was... Or I saw the YouTube video of him versus Garo and it was like A-ranked hero Suryu versus, Garo or whatever. Like, I swear people call him an A-ranked hero. I swear I've seen that somewhere, either in a mistranslation, in a title card, on a YouTube video title, something. I swear to God I've seen that. But that's my bad. Yeah, fair enough. Solar Warrior said, yeah, I can't find the link. Once again, it's in the Discord, man. You just got to go to General, you scroll up a little bit, it's right there. Diamond Jirachi said, it's an orange. No, that's a bag. There's no way that's an orange. I'm going back. I will literally go back to that. That is not an orange. It's a... Oh, see, it's a bag. It even has there. Bag. Pomelo. Like, that is not an orange. That orange is the size of... Pomelo. Yeah, that's a bag, and she's going to peel an orange that's in the bag, right? If that's an orange, that's fucking huge. I'm not going to argue it. I mean, if it's an orange, it's an orange. But still, my God. Diamond Jirachi said, yeah, the Tatsumaki battle was way too dragged out. Absolutely. Solo Warrior said, what page? Page 10. Yeah, that's what I'm on. Solo Warrior said, thanks. Vib said, you can check the page number in the URL. Oh, yeah. So I'm just finished page 10. Then, yeah. Cool. Thanks, Vib. One Nation Army said, it felt dragged out, yes, but I also didn't like the beam struggling stuff. That was actually one of my more favorite parts of it, honestly. It was just too overused. That only feels... It's only overused, like, think about it, guys. You go back to the 90s, it wasn't overused by the time Dragon Ball Z was around because they were the ones doing it. Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon were the ones doing the beam struggles. It was brand new then. People didn't know when to stop, right? It was cool then. It should still be cool now. It's just the overuse feels weird. At least in my opinion. And it continues to say, you have a god-powered Esper creature and it only shoots beams. Something to be said for that. Something to be said for that. One Nation Army said, and can turn to a jet. Yeah, that was weird. That was just weird. No, seriously, like, that was beyond Toriko weird. Solar Warrior said, yeah, her turning into jet was stupid. Yeah, no other way to describe it. Yeah, I agree. Tenryo says, guys, here overhyped the chapter. Really? I think the chapter's okay. I mean, it might be a little overhyped. I don't know yet. I have to keep reading. Diamond says, I feel like he would be S-Class anyways. He did fairly well against Cho's Demon Level, which is basically the benchmark for S-Class heroes. Vib said, Wiki doesn't have spoilers, don't worry. Okay. I literally thought somewhere that he was said to be an A rank, and that's why I was going off of it. I believed that this whole time. This isn't just this stream, and I'm thinking, oh, I called him an A rank, and I fucked up. No. I seriously believed he was A ranked. I swear, on the chapter that I reacted to with him there, I swear to hell, where he was still in the hospital, I swear I called him A ranked there a few times. Nobody corrected me. Like, I swear to hell, I thought he was A ranked this entire time. Ever since I got into One Punch Man, I thought he was A rank. I have no idea why I thought that. I just did. Das said, dude, he even talked about wanting to become a hero this chapter. I know, but I thought, once again, it was like the Hercules thing. Like, he wants to become a true hero. Like, the title is meaningless. It's just a political stunt, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Solo Warrior said he did not want to become a hero, so he never registered. Saitama made him want to become a hero. Okay, this is making a little more sense now. I don't know how I missed this. Dad said he was inspired to become one after he was saved from Goketsu by the two A-class heroes in Saitama at the tournament. Yeah, I guess I just figured, like, after that they accepted. I don't know. I don't know what I thought. Diamond said the chapter just started. So far, it's a pretty good chapter. Solo said, got the link. Problem was that the link did not say One Punch Man, so I did not click on it. Ah, fair enough. Vib said, it's a bag of oranges. Pomelos. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Diamond said, it's an orange of bags. Is it an orange of bags or a bag of orange? Ha 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 ha. You fool. Koda Malak XO. Whoa, okay. It wasn't overused. It felt dragged because the updates between the chapters took ages. Murata's fault, not mine. He wants to keep redoing things that are already done and set in stone. That's his problem. You know, not my problem. I just have to call it out like I see it. And also, no, it seriously was dragged out. Like, that shit felt longer than goddamn Sanji baking a cake, and I read that shit. Oda takes a break every month, and that was dragged out as far as One Piece is concerned. Jesus. Big Mom's chasing them. Sanji's baking a cake. Big Mom's chasing them. Sanji's baking a cake. That went on for like 2 fucking months. 3. You know, when you got a monthly series that releases 40 fucking pages, you'd think, you know, you wouldn't be on the same fight for too long. Viv said, Diamond said, and because it kept repeating itself. That too. Like, they just rehashed the same clash over and over with different attacks. Viv said, it actually kind of looks like a big fruit, but Japan is known for its fruits on roids, so maybe. Maybe it is. I have no idea. That's the crazy thing. But either way, let's jump over to, now that we're caught up with the chat, and I'm very sorry for not knowing that Surya is not a fucking ranked hero. I feel sort of stupid, but let's keep going with that dude I know that is S-rank hero. Bang! Page 11 says, I never thought I'd see the day these selfish, solitary class S members would start cooperating with each other. Even Tatsumaki herself. They have grown indeed. Okay, how did Tatsumaki team up with anybody? Like, how did she cooperate with anybody here? Seriously. Like, Child Emperor, and everybody listened to Child, except for Tatsumaki. Everybody else did, like, seriously, that'd be like saying Sweet Mask cooperated with anybody. No, he didn't. Tatsumaki and Sweet Mask did not. I'm not just blaming Tatsumaki. Sweet Mask and Tatsumaki did not cooperate with this operation very well. They did their own thing. They went on their own solo battles, and the other ones just finished up their battles, or like, it was happenstance. Yeah, she was helping people. I'm not saying she's evil, but she was focused on helping people, but she wasn't like, hey, why don't you come assist me? I could use a little help in this fight or something. Like, there was no cooperation. There was no combo Gother King and Deanne attack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Tank Top Master Atomic, they all worked together by biffing the skyscraper and boom, 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 Atomic, you know, doing his thing. That was working together, but what did that have to do with Tatsumaki? Like, I don't know, because, like, and specifically, Bang calls out even Tatsumaki herself. Like, When did she cooperate? I'm sure there's a moment or two that I'm forgetting because I try to block out all that lolly shit. But nonetheless, when the hell did she cooperate with anybody? The other S-classes cooperated. She fucking didn't. Let's see. And then we have Bomb here saying, bang, if Gato was inside that base, then that is pretty much that. Oh, he's not dead. Big bro, you fought him as well. He is not one to die so easily. Bang! Knowing there's facts here. Spitting facts. We can't let our guards down. This man knows. Whoa! And here comes the people that actually did work together. Atomic, Curie, Darkshine. Where's our tank top master? Wait, wasn't Flashy Flash still stuck down there? Yeah. They're all like, what the hell? He could have been inside that Spear of Light as well. That could also, oh dear. You know, great translation choice there with Bang being like, oh dear. Because I always feel like he's, oh, hello there, I'm a gentleman, and I'm just going to say, oh, well, that would be quite the problem now, wouldn't it? I feel like he's sort of the old English gentleman sort of vibe from him. So, yeah, that's definitely a thing. Tatsumaki speaking to Fubuki, it's all right. Flash wasn't down there. Huh? Tatsumaki still floating. The moment I delivered the blow, there was a warp in the space below that swallowed someone up. They must have moved through another dimension. Dimensional travel. Could it be? She's thinking blast. She's thinking blast. Blast? And then she thinks about it, and it's blast! And he's so cool! Blast is pretty awesome. I think it basically, with this, the blast chapter, that gets rid of all the Saitama is blast sort of theories with the time travel thing. I think that basically gets rid of it. It's possible he went to the Son Gohan store, bought a Gohan wig, and then is looking like that, but it's a little unlikely. And now we have Homeless versus, once again, fighting against Zombie Man and Child. Which, how is this shit going on with Tatsumaki that far in the air and nobody's noticing? Homeless goes, It seems Gorogoro and Orochi got done in. As I thought, they were vessels incapable of expanding their minds. The heavens allow only with the chosen. Only with the chosen. Those, such as I. Oh, I forgot. A Polygon from Super Smash Bros. Melee came to you, said he was God, you to kill everybody, and then you didn't. Forgot about that. Yeah. Alright, cool. In rushes Sweet Mask, like vein popping, don't get ahead of yourself, evildoer. And about to hit him, and then, Black Sperm is here! Black Sperm showing up! Oh my god. Are we finally going to understand why everyone was like, Sperm Gang! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Are we finally going to understand for the last, 3 years why everybody was all like, like a porn video of college girls gone wild sort of idea about fucking black sperm? Was it just a meme? Or is he actually going to do something? Because I've had to live through 3 years of that whole sperm gang bullshit. And I'm like, I've seen better gangbang porn videos than sperm gang has actually shown me anything. So, let's frickin' go here. Is black sperm finally going to do something? Let's see. Hey, I guess it's true that bullies tend to spit out things they're not rather being told. Isn't that right, Playboy hero who got ahead of himself? All right, so he grabbed a My Mask. My Mask still looking pissed. And in jumps Ugly. Boo! Oh, and of course he's going to have the... Yeah, I hate the reaction. Once again, I guess I shouldn't be too harsh on it because it's not overused necessarily, but it's been done so many times in so many popular manga that the pretty boy can't fight the ugly one. Right now, it's pissed off a lot of people. It pissed me off too, even in the latest One Piece. Sanji's aversion to not ever fighting a woman is now going to get them killed. That is not okay. So, it's when it's done for comedic relief, it's fine. But right now they're fighting like a war here. Like it gotta. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not a fan. And usually when that sort of thing happens, like the beautiful guy can't bear to touch, and that's why he's losing. He can't bear to touch the ugly thing. He can't fight the spider. He can't fight the snake. He can't fight whatever. Usually he gets over that in that fight. And even though he doesn't want to do it, he still does it because it's the right thing to goddamn do, not lay down like a dog. And Sweet Mass is sort of doing that Sanji level shit, and I'm not a fan. Like hit the fucking guy. Like, Jesus, I understand he's ugly as hell, but, like, punch him in the face, please. Completely helpless after a little jump scare. What a worthless piece of trash, says Fear Ugly. Don't get any closer. Yeah, see, the Sweet Mask, a lot of people either don't like him already, but now this, like, I wasn't really for him or against him necessarily. I understand he's not exactly on the uppity up either, but this makes me sort of on the dislike side for Sweet Mask, like a My Mask. Like, I'm not feeling the whole, like, he's literally going to lose because he's like, God, don't come near me, don't touch me. Like, it's, Quit squealing. Face caving punch. That looks deadly as fuck, to be honest with you. That looks devastating as hell. Oh! Top of page 19. I'm glad I have another beer here, because when he said caving in punch, he meant it literally. His upper jaw is gone. Everything from, like, right here is gone. It's crunched. Are we finally going to see this dude, like, when he goes all veiny and all, like, evil? He's going to be like, I hate using this form because it's so ugly. We're going to have that trope. I know it's going to happen, but I'll be stoked if it finally we get this shit on the go, you know? Pure Ugly starts laughing at him and saying, what an ugly face. That looks painful, says Homeless. That's being obsessed with external beauty gets you. And he picks him up. You're like a scarecrow with these stupid long legs. How about I make them longer for you? Oh, my balls feel that. My balls feel that. Oh my God, that'd be so painful because, you know, if you rip a dude's legs, like, there is nerve endings that belong to the manhood of a man, right? And I mean, you can't just do the splits with no detrimental thing happening down below, especially if you are on the less micro penis side of the world and more on the porn star level size. It becomes more of a hazard to do certain gymnastic moves. And this is not exactly something he stretched for. I don't think a My Mask did. 1, 2, 1, 2. You're becoming mighty. Yeah. Stretch. Do your 10 minutes of stretching before working out. Woohoo. Yeah. Gym bands. Let's do it. You know, like, oh. Ugh. I gotta cross my legs here for a moment. I want to protect my own manhood from this. No wonder. All right, now I understand why he was afraid of Fear Ugly. Now I get it, because if he was going to do that to a man, I mean, woo. Yeah. Things just happen, right? Let's, while we're on page 19 here, because I'm curious what's going to happen next, before we hit page 20, and I don't know how many pages there are, we're going to check the chat really quick. We're going to get updated with the chat. And by the way, guys, 18 people in here and only 8 likes. That means 10 of you little bastards haven't hit the like button. What's wrong? Do you not like my stream? Now, to be fair, there could be 8 dislikes on the stream as well. That's an entire possibility. But if you haven't hit the dislike button, make sure to hit that like button for me. And I'll apologize for calling you little bastards. In April. Sometime in April. Yeah, let's check out the chat, see what people are saying. Let's see. Damodarachi says, oh wait. Koda Mole XO says, yeah, but you can barely see shit with One Piece jumbled manga. I don't think that was the point I was trying to make, but okay. And if you want my opinion, One Piece is leaps and bounds in every fucking way ahead of One Punch Man, other than art style. But then again, I don't really care for the style of the character designs, so let's see. Vib said she did team up with Genos in Drive Night. I mean, they sort of forced it on her, though, didn't they? Like, she didn't... Like, she only cooperated because she was literally dying. If had Genos not saved her, she would have died. So, that was forced cooperation, not willingly like, hey, why don't we try this? Does that make sense? You know what I mean? I won't take it away from her that she did cooperate, but yeah. Diamond Jirachi says she kind of did with Genos, but only because literally without Genos, she would have been blasted into oblivion. You know? Diamond said pre-MA Tatsumaki would have yeeted them anyway. Away. Yeah. That's true too. I'll give you that. But even she knew her limitations here. I think this was more about a survival instinct. I don't think this was true cooperation. Dad said she cooperated with Drive Night and then finished Orochi off after the S-Class heroes incapacitated them. I mean, barely. See, I would call it a half-level cooperation. A cooperation of necessity, not of willingness. So, Bang, what I'm saying is, Bang's praising her as though she actually got down and said, hey, I need your help. Like, yeah, I'm a force of nature onto my own. Yeah, I'm arrogant. Yeah, I'm this. But right now, this is an enemy that for the betterment of everything, we need to work together. She didn't ask for help. She didn't ask to be saved. She didn't ask for anything. She literally just went along because they were by all accounts, the S-Classes, Drive Night, Genos, and everybody else was intervening on her fight. She never asked for their help. She never wanted their help. From what we understand, she never, you know what I mean? So I'm hard-pressed to say she cooperated with anything. She just didn't, bitch at them for interfering. You want to call that cooperating? I mean, that's a far cry. Trust me, I work in pairs every single day. And there's a difference between somebody working with you and you working with somebody. Just saying. And it's not worthy of praise. Tatsumaki did not cooperate in the way that Bang is praising. That's all I'm saying. Diamond Darachi said S-Class is about to be blacked. Get blacked. I don't know if that's racist to say that, but okay. Solar Warrior said, yeah, Sanji doing that gets me so annoyed. Yeah, I agree. Diamond Darachi said, if you're ugly, a straight savage. Like, seriously, goddamn. Kodamal XO says, well, his wish came true. He punched his face off. Quite literally. Dragon's Rage said, yo, just came to like and show support. Thank you, Dragon's Rage. And now we can jump back before we do a piss break. Yeah. We're 48 minutes in. I think we can do a few more pages before a piss break. Yeah. I think that's fine. Let's go. All right, so... Oh! No. I wish I had gone for a piss before this. Now my balls are shrinking up like... God damn son of a bitch. I can't get enough of this. Beating this pompous, pretty boy piece of shit to a pulp. From here on, it's an all-out free-for-all. Most amount of S-Class kills gets to lead. How about that? Oh, that hurts. Like, as a man, you cannot watch another man get his testicles hurt without cringing yourself. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a goddamn cringing. I'm so glad I don't need to get my wife pregnant tonight, because I don't think anything's going to happen after witnessing this awful, abysmal, like, ugh. God damn. Next page, for the love of goddamn God. So now we have 3 other of the executives now all together. Like Orochi and stuff might have been defeated, but we still have the other ones. Now, as far as I'm aware, Orochi, I don't know about Psychos, but Orochi is manga only. So I'm curious sort of as to how they got themselves in this similar situation in the webcomic. If they weren't focused on Orochi, where Orochi didn't exist, then how are all the S-Class so preoccupied and weakened, etc., etc.? Like, does nobody realize, like, Tatsumaki's up in the air, and does nobody realize all this shit is going down? Like, Sweet Mask was right there 5 minutes ago. They're not that far away from, like, half of the fucking S-Class, right? The S-rank dudes. So, like, yeah. We have Black Sperm here in his multiple form again, saying, "Oh, I like that. Sounds like fun. You think you can challenge us with something like that?" And Child Emperor pulling Zombie Man's, like, dying corpse with him, crying, but pleading into his micro thingy. This is Child... Oh, no. Child can't stand up to these 3. There's no fucking way. This is Child Emperor. Multiple enemy executives have emerged from underground. Please be on guard. Clunk. Oh, he moved the rock. And then Fear Ugly. Homeless Emperor. Black Sperm. Oh, they all know. I repeat. Child Emperor. Zombie Man says, run. Squish. Oh my God. Mr. Zombie Man. Like, first off, once again, let's go back to talking about the difference between eternal youth, invincibility, and immortality. Zombie Man has perpetual regeneration. So that can't kill him. Why is he worried? Does they not know that? Like, did I miss something? Zombie Man can be blown to smithereens and still come back. He's Cell. He's Majin Buu. He can come back, blown with a Kamehameha blast, and just reform himself. Right? So, why is... Like, it bothered me in previous chapters, and now it's bothering me now. Why is he so upset? Zombie Man will come back. You running away is more important. You trying to help this dude is not helping anybody. It's not helping him. It's not helping you. It's not helping a goddamn thing. As far as I was aware, Zombie Man can't be killed in these very, physical ways. Like, it's just not going to happen. So, does Child Emperor not know this? I guess not, because now he's even more freaked out. Mr. Zombie Man! It's like, you literally pulled this dude who had half a face, no fucking anything below his pec line, with one arm. He looked... Anakin Skywalker looked better, when he was burning on Mustafar, and you thought that dragging that corpse was going to be okay, and now you think that he's dead. Like, I'm missing something here. I'm missing something. So Fear Ugly stomps on him and says, "He, you're Child Emperor. How nice. Must be neat, being a spoiled little brat with smarts in the future. But I can also get so strong you'll grovel before me." Looking right down at him, scaring the shit out of Child Emperor. "From here on, I'll take on the name of Monster King. I'll show you something way more interesting than Gyorogo's Esper powers. Something from the horribly twisted personality of mine. born from an inferiority complex. I call it extreme violence. And I say that not having my TV is making me pretty fucking violent. That face he's making at the bottom of page 23 here, Fear Uglies, is nothing short of nightmare fucking fuel. Just gonna say that. Like, this is terrifying. I don't blame Child. Like, I blame Child for not trusting that Zombie Man can just reform himself and get the fuck out of there. But I don't blame him for being absolutely terrified right now, because I'm a 30-year-old adult and I'd be terrified if this thing was coming at me. You know, regardless of my batarangs and my fucking, you know, shit in my backpack. Like, you know, my Nerf gun and my fucking Dr. Octopus legs. Like, I'd still be absolutely terrified if this thing came at me. Ooh, next page, page 24. It's a fucking spirit bomb. Homeless Emperor summoned a fucking spirit bomb and says, get out of the way. You might have a terrible backstory that makes no fucking sense, but I still really like your design, and I used to like your character, and you pulling out a spirit bomb is just, that's really fucking cool. I'm just gonna give it to him. 10 out of 10 move, pulls a fucking spirit bomb and says, hey, get out of my way. And they're just like shocked. Fear Ugly is like, huh? And it's just like, it's like, you can choose not to, but you're gonna die. And now, oh my god, he fired it, Child. What's gonna happen? Boom! Oh my god, it blew up so much shit. And then there's Pig God and Tank Top Master and Atomic, and like, where were you guys when there were 3 fucking, like seriously? What were you guys doing this whole time? Atomic saying, hey, Child Emperor, answer me. Was that one of the executives' attacks? Child Emperor! Doesn't hear anything from him. Yen says, that's impossible. After getting caught up in that earth blender, they still have that much power left? And they're just seeing groundwater? Oh, is it evil? Evil Natural Water's back. No. Are you okay? Pig God and Tank Top Master, look out, Pig God says, and boom, Gums is still alive, everything's still alive. Yes, Gums, eat Pig God, eat that little fucker. You know, at least you have proper dental hygiene here. Like, you eat Pig God. What is that thing, says Tank Top Master. So they're all still alive. So, I just have a question. For webcomic only readers, I don't expect you to answer me because it's probably spoiler-esque, but are you telling me that we spent like the last 2 years focused on fights that didn't happen in the webcomic, and just to have us now officially start on some webcomic shit? Like, because literally, now that Orochi's out of the way, they created a character, hyped them up, got rid of them, took 2 years, involved everybody in fights that in the end don't matter, because now here's where the webcomic actually begins, because literally none of the executives have lost or are dead. Evil Natural Water's alive, Gums is alive, Black Sperm's alive, Homeless Emperor's alive, Fear Ugly's alive. Have we literally been watching filler? Have we had 2 years of redos, redraws, and filler? Can I sum up One Punch Man from 2019 to 2021 as filler? Because that's going to be really sad if that's the case. I'm just saying. Like, your art can only take you so far, is all I'm saying. Like, goddamn. Like, seriously? Because now we're basically back to square one, except everybody's weakened. Everybody's separated, everybody's weak, and they caught them in a surprise attack. Like, that's what we're into here. I am curious as to how this would have went down in the webcomic without the Psychos Orochi thing. But still, did we seriously just wait for 2 years of filler to finally get caught up now? That's going to be funny as fuck. That's going to be hilarious if that's the case. I know the webcomic guys won't tell me that because they'll be like, well, it's not exactly like this, but I can't tell you because of this, this, this. You know, I get it, but oh my god, that just makes me laugh. It's funny. I knew it would show up, said Pig God. And then Gums, which was super giant, is now like condensing himself or something. It's digesting the debris instantly as it keeps eating. Makes me look like I'm on a diet. Okay. Homeless Emperor looking pretty badass in front of like a crater. Some Final Flash level crater there. It feels much better to be out in the open. I can let loose my full firepower without having to worry about a cave-in. Whoa. Hey now. The power behind those juggling balls is no damn joke. Nobody told me about this. Oh, that's Black Sperm. Black Sperm's worried about Homeless Emperor. The power behind those juggling balls is no damn joke. Nobody told me about this. Okay. Not to mention he doesn't seem to use up anything to fire them. What the hell's going on here? Is the energy getting released from somewhere else? Black Sperm, like, smart, because these guys are all villains. They're going to turn on each other, right? So right now, Black Sperm is, like, thinking, like, oh, goddamn it, like, yeah, great for us for beating heroes, but what the fuck am I going to do when he decides I'm next, you know? So Fear Ugly did survive. He comes out of the rubble and says, you bastard, stealing my prey right when I was about to get to the best part. It's a free-for-all, right, said Homeless. That means we just have to follow the beautiful law of the nature of this planet, survival of the fittest. You picking a fight with me, says Fear Ugly. And then Black Sperm, Fear Ugly, and Homeless seem to be marching on together, though. Saying, the weak ones will disappear first. Let's enforce nature's laws. Once the race to murder the S-Class is over, I'm the Monster King. Don't forget that, asshole. Hee, don't get mad when your beautiful laws don't give you the result you want. Hopeless Emperor. Ooh, from Black Sperm calling him Hopeless Emperor. Ooh. I mean, okay, some shit's been going down here. Alright, next page. Oh, end. Tsukio's cover page, top says Void Fist. Okay, fair enough, because that's the awe to the Void Fist. I promised a friend no more theories here, but, alright, we got a theory. Homeless Emperor's big orb's explosion was shaped too much like Blast's black hole for him to have not saved Child Emperor. That's an interesting theory. That definitely is. So, 34 pages. Yeah. So, Well, all I can say is that people are saying that this chapter is 20. I got 20 out of 10. Fire chapter. This is hype. This is worth a stream. I'm not going to say this wasn't worth a stream, because it was. This is a pretty good chapter. You know, we had some epic moments. We were starting off, but once again, I feel like I'm coming off a filler. I feel like it's sort of like if you liked a filler in Bleach or Naruto. Pick whatever is your favorite anime. Pick One Piece, pick Bleach, pick Naruto. Let's just use the big three as an example. Pick one of them. And you don't mind, like, I don't like the Bound Arc, for example. I love Bleach, but I don't like the Bound Arc. But let's just say I did, right? But I knew it had its problems. I knew it had its flaws. The moment you come off the Bound Arc and you actually start the Arrancar arc, it feels so much better, right? So it's like, okay, oh, shit's going down. But it sort of feels like, wow, that was a quick transition from ending of one arc to, boom, we're into a new arc all of a sudden. Like, new bad guys, new this, new that. Everything we've been doing for an entire season with vampires and Bounce and the Soul Society and all the lore, none of it matters. Here we go. And it's like, that transition felt off, right? That's because it was filler. This feels like filler. Once again, I don't know anything about the webcomic, so I can't say. All I know is that Orochi was not in the webcomic. So the way this story took, and now it sort of is making more sense that the pacing of that Tatsumaki fight was so goddamn terrible, because they were sort of setting up and waiting to jump into this for some reason, like they were stalling. I don't know. It was a good chapter overall, but I think it's because we're also sort of... And I think the reason people... I'd like somebody to tell me who didn't read the webcomic that this was a, 11 out of 10 chapter. I want somebody who didn't read the web... Because it feels like the hype is here. For, once again, the sperm gang, for the webcomic readers and stuff. They're like, oh my god, we're finally starting. Yeah, I can't wait till we get to A, B, C points, right? I feel like that's why people are hyping this chapter up. It's not because it was a stellar chapter. It's because it means the end of filler for them. I could be full of shit. I could be completely wrong. Maybe this is a totally different direction from the webcomic and not even they know what's going to happen. That's also a possibility. But it just feels that way. You know what I mean? But let's check the chat. Let's see what the chat's saying. I'm sure some of you are disagreeing with me, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. Solo Warrior said, lol, page 20. Yeah, page 20 was scary. Solo Warrior said, Fear Ugly is acting like he's strong, but the only reason he was able to beat that S-Class easy was because he did not fight back. He is scared of ugly people. Yeah, that's true too. Fear Ugly, it seems like one of the weakest. Him and the Evil Natural Water seem like the two weakest. Diamond Jirachi said, Tatsumaki swept up until that point. Yeah. Diamond Jirachi said, I guess they don't know how much Zombie Man can survive, especially when he's already weak. It's not like they can be 100% sure he's immortal. That's true too, but I would err on the side of caution, I guess, and assume that. I don't know. Danger Cod is in here, and Danger Cod says, I don't think I could ever get used to seeing my friend get fucking splattered, even if he would be alright. I mean, I'm not saying that, but right now this is a very tense situation, and the fact, because he tried to drag away Zombie Man, they got the upper hand on him. He could have messaged them without alerting attention if he wasn't also trying to, you know what I mean? So he put them in a worse situation because of it. So I'm not saying the Child Emperor is a bad guy for doing it. I'm saying that he knows that right now he's dragging something that looks better than Darth Vader behind him, believing he's going to revive, leave him there, deal with the situation first, and then go apply first aid. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand your point too. It makes sense. Diamond Jirachi said pretty much. Olag said no. No to what? I'm not sure. Dath said in the webcomic the executives arrived on the surface one page after the base was lifted. Viv said pretty much yeah. But why was the base lifted? What happened? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I'm just spitballing here. Danger Cod said yes, the last 100 manga chapters was 18 webcomic chapters. That's 100 manga chapters, 18 webcomic chapters. My God. I'm sorry, guys. No art is worth that. I'm sorry. Leonardo da Vinci could paint it, and I'd be like, yeah, it's absolutely fucking phenomenal, but it took you fucking 5 years to draw what I drew with stick figures 10 years ago. And actually, now I'm chapters upon stories upon... Like, if One Punch Man is so great, then it doesn't need the great art, right? I mean, by that logic, if it's got a great story, if it's got great characters, if it got everything great, then we don't need these redraws. We don't need to focus so heavily on the crazy good art when it's unnecessary. If it's such a great, well-rounded story that doesn't rely on the art, why are we waiting so long for this shit? I'm just saying. Like, I'm not a One Punch Man stan, so I don't care how long we wait. You know, we don't need to see Garo for another 100 chapters and 10 years down the road is all as I care. The reason that draws me in is Garo. So, I mean, if we don't get a Garo chapter for 10 years, you guys aren't really going to see me much talking about One Punch Man for 10 years, right? You know, it doesn't matter to me because I'm not in that community. But I would be very irritated if I was invested. That's all I'm saying. If Danger Cut is right and the last 100 manga chapters was only 18 webcomic chapters, that's unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. Oleg said S-class hero fights were in the webcomic. So everything that we saw, like Child Emperor versus Phoenix Man versus Evil Natural Water, all 3 versions of that. Well, Saitama, I guess, wasn't fighting Orochi. Blast showing up. Homeless versus Zombie, all that stuff. If that all happened, fine dandy, because that's when Darkshine versus Garo, because that was all good. That was all fine. You know, and it worked, and I didn't mind any of those fights. They were pretty good. I did mind the revisions 95 times, but, you know, that was all fine, but yeah. Natty without any lube. That's a weird way. That's weird, but okay. Said, sup everybody, the main event's starting now. That leads me to believe that I'm right about this whole thing being filler. AJ is in here. Hi, AJ. Says, stop talking webcomic, please. I'm just doing a comparison thing because I feel like, you know, it's necessary to bring it up. Sorry about that, AJ, but it feels necessary. Viv said, but hey, at least with us getting to the webcomic plot, the Sperm Gang is finally back into the action. Yeah, so those dudes are literally the Sperm Gang is the definition of You guys know what I'm going to say. Finish the sentence. Finish the sentence. You guys know what I'm going to say. Sperm Gang, you know. They are the borderline. You go to Wikipedia and you look up. Oh my God. I just love it. I love how well that works out. I really do. I really do, because it's so hilarious. Like, I really do. Like, you look up premature ejaculation and you see the Sperm Gang, because they've been there for 3 fucking years and nothing has happened yet. It's not going to happen in 2021 because I'm sure that Murata, next chapter, he's going to wait 2 months. In May, we're going to get a chapter at the end of May. It's going to be a redraw of chapter like 139 unnecessarily, or 138. And then we'll wait then he'll say he's on hiatus for the summer. And then in September, we'll get chapter 143. It won't really advance the plot. And then he'll talk about something in December about bringing back chapter 141. So that's what's going to happen, and that's hilarious. I love that. Diamond Jirachi says S-Class versus Demon was in the... Well, they're not demons. They're dragons, aren't they? S-Class versus dragons. Because Homeless Emperor is a demon? Really? I don't think so. But okay, maybe they were classed as demons. I don't know. Was in the webcomic, but those were pretty much all one panel or one site fights. And I don't mind them being dragged out, but we ended the 1v1 fights in 2019. Like, 2020, the 1v1s were over. We've spent a whole year. We're in 2021. In 2019, the fights were over. 2020 didn't have any of those fights. Unless you want to count him redoing the entire Phoenix Man fight unnecessarily. But we already saw that. We already knew what happened. So, you know. And I'm all good with him expanding it, but he expanded it all in 2018, 2019. We already saw the expanded fights. We saw Pure Blood. We saw Evil Natural Water. We saw Homeless Emperor. We saw Gums versus Big Guy. We saw this. We saw that. We saw the other thing. They were all expanded fights. We saw Darkshine versus Garo. It was all great. It was all good. I was good with it. Phoenix Man versus Child. It was all good. But then it was over. Now we're into a, like, to me, as I said, I just would be pissed if I was a fan. Vib said, I actually did tell you about how some stuff went down in the webcomic in a Discord VC. You probably forgot. I absolutely forget, Vib. That's my fault. Sorry about that, dude. Vib also said, I already knew not to say this was amazing or 10 out of 10 because you'd think Garo was in it. Yeah, you talk about an amazing chapter, you bring the fucking main character into it. You don't give me... Yeah, so Vib said, pretty good, worthy of a stream. He wasn't wrong. This was a worthy chapter for a stream. Absolutely, 110%. But it's not a 10 out of 10 chapter, guys. It's not an amazing chapter. Doesn't have Garo. Pretty much can't win there. Vib said 100 is a big overstatement. Okay, fair enough. I don't know, Vib. I don't read the webcomic. But all right, still feels like we've had have we had 2 years of filler? Feels like 2 years of filler. Diamond Jirachi said in the webcomic the base was lifted in order to lift Psychos from her secret room. Interesting. Dorian George said, I feel like the author is trying to expand on the webcomic, and he does that by taking, according to what I've just learned, a one-panel, one-page fight and making it 2 fucking whole 40-page chapters. He already did that with the executives versus the S-Class. He already expanded it plenty. But this expansion level is way too much, man. Like, you're drawing out shit. You know, I love Lord of the Rings, but, you know, had Tolkien drawn that shit out for another 9 fucking books, you know. Diamond Jirachi says, expanding can be fine, but you're also risking ruining the pacing. That's my argument, and I think that's accurate. That made the original so special, which is purely subjective, of course. Absolutely, it's subjective, but right now, I've even heard real fans, as Vib would call them, I've heard real fans complain about the pacing of the Psycho Orochi versus Tatsumaki fight. A lot of people have been complaining about the pacing. And even if you want to argue that part of the pacing is due to Murata's haphazard schedule, well, then that's also on him. And that's also on the pacing. Listen, you can't have it both ways. You can't complain about people taking breaks, but then also complain about the pacing. Like, it takes 2 to tango. So that's part of it. If we have to wait a year for a new chapter, that still includes, that's part of pacing. I don't care what anybody says, because we're not reading this. You don't produce, when I write a book, when J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter, she didn't produce like chapter 1 in the month of January and then said, okay, every 2 months I'm going to produce another chapter of the Sorcerer's Stone. She produced the whole fucking book and then said, all right, I'm going to write book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5, etc., etc. She set dates. She met those dates. Yeah, you have a little delays, but you have an entire actual completed story. You have a novel worth of information. You know it's going to take a little time. It's like movies, right? Lord of the Rings was actually one of the only trilogies in the world to be shot. Star Wars has been going on since 1977. They just made another one. You know, like, that shit's been going on for years. But that's because we don't expect it to be, you know, the trilogies happen within 6 years. All the trilogies happen within 6-7 years. You know, 4, 5, 6, 1977 to 83, 6 years. Then you had 2001 to 2000, I believe it was 5 for prequel to for the prequel trilogy, and then you had the sequel trilogy, which was like 17 to 20, 21, whatever it was. So, you know, you know that shit's happening with movies, and even Lord of the Rings did it, and they shot it all at the same time. They did it like 1, 2, 3, or 1, 3, 5, something like that. So I don't know. I just find like the pacing of things. You got to include the pacing with that shit. You can't have your fans. If you're doing... Because manga's a different format. You don't have a completed story. You're on a week-to-week, month-to-month, bi-weekly basis. You can't all of a sudden say, hey, every second chapter, I'm going to go away for 9 months at a time and not give anybody shit. Like, any other job, you'd be fired. You know? Like, it just doesn't work. So, I don't know. I don't like how One Punch Man is structured. I don't like the operations going on behind the scenes. I think we should have, like, if the chapter's going to come out on the first week of every month, then come out the first week of every month. Don't tell me that the next chapter is coming out at the end of April and then it's not coming out until June 7th. That's unacceptable. If it happens one time because somebody's sick, fine. But how many times are people going to get sick in this fucking shit? You know? Like, I don't know. Like, you have a commitment. Your job is to meet a commitment. I have deadlines. I have to meet deadlines every single day. Daily, I have to meet deadlines. Weekly, monthly, I have deadlines to meet. If I don't meet them, I don't get paid. So I don't understand why the fan base is totally accepting of this. It doesn't make sense. If it happened in Jump, they'd be fired. So I don't get it. I don't understand this. Really don't. Diamond Darachi also says, I was talking about Phoenix Man, the Ninja Brothers, which were robots, the Great Flood Tub, and the other demons, not the... Oh, yeah. But see, those fights, once again, that's back when it was interesting and on a consistent basis. They had something to pull from, and it worked out really good. And I agree with that. Tenryo said, who do you like more, Garo of Shumatsu no Valkyrie or Heracles? Heracles 100%. Garo's the only reason I read One Punch Man. Doesn't mean that he's the greatest character ever written. Heracles is leaps and bounds better than Garo. Garo's amazing. Stuck in a bad universe. Stuck in My Hero Academia meets X-Men. Diamond Darachi says, the webcomic MA arc to the point was basically S-Class dominating the demons, Tatsumaki finding Goro, executives dominating the S-Classes, Tatsumaki detecting psychics in a room, base flip. I think that, yeah, like, Okay, that's, I mean, once again, why couldn't we have held that pacing then? I don't know. Down Jirachi said, I think the deadline in the actual release is the volumes. Yeah. See, problem with that is if that's the case, then stop releasing chapters haphazardly. Be like, okay, I don't know what the release date is, but I'm assuming like a One Punch Man volume every year. Let's just say it's yearly, right? Then release the chapters on a basis that coincides with that, or don't release them at all. Like, it's up to you, man, but I'm just saying, like, this haphazard schedule is, to me, completely unacceptable. But also, where are they getting the scans? Like, I don't understand. Murata's releasing this shit. It's just like with the redraws and the redos. Murata's releasing these scans. He has to be. He has the pages. He draws them. If he doesn't scan them and put them on the internet, how the hell would they ever get on the internet? How would they ever leave his literal desk if he wasn't releasing them? So he is releasing them. So he's making a conscious decision, or his editor or somebody is making the conscious decision to release these pre-release before volume release, and then deciding, no, I want to change this, no, I want to change that, no, fuck that, take that back and stuff. Then it's like, if you're unhappy before the release comes out, then don't fucking show it to anybody. Put it aside, be like, chapter 138. I'm not too happy with it, but you know what? It's done for now. Just in case I can't meet my volume deadline, I'm going to work on chapter 139. I'm going to set these pages aside. They're completed in case I don't get back to it by the time my deadline happens, but I have to keep going to meet the deadline of volume X. And then if he finishes, let's say chapter 144 was the end of the volume. He completes chapter 144, and he goes, okay, here's the completed volume. I have another 3 weeks before I need to submit all these pages. And then he goes back, and he goes, you know what? I really don't like what I did here. Maybe I can push this. Maybe I can take this out and stuff. And before it would ever see the light of day, other than his own eyes, he could change it. The fact that it's released, that's what bothers me the most. I just don't like it. I don't like the integrity as a writer, as a creator, is completely lost on me because it takes me out of it. It takes me completely out of it. It makes me think, like, right now, I just reacted to this chapter. He could completely change. Nothing in this chapter ever happened in a month from now. He could change it all. So why am I even bother reading this? Why am I bother reacting to this chapter? Because according to everybody, if it's not in volume format, he has the liberty to change everything. I'm pretty sure if Oda right now went back and said that Kaido does not have the legendary fish fruit, it's not released in a volume yet. So it's okay, right? Is it okay? No, it's not. If in My Hero Academia, Dabi did not reveal the whole tragedy of everything that just went down, or the backstory of Nacht and Black Clover, or the Dr. Stone with the Medusa item, scrap it all. None of it happened. You know why? Because it's not released in a volume yet. Yeah, it's online, but who cares? Online doesn't count. Scans don't count. See the problem there? So I see a huge problem. I see a fan base burning Shonen Jump down to the ground if that happened. So I'm not getting it. Diamond Jirachi said, I think One Piece and many other shonen are released weekly because the magazine comes out weekly, which is true. While One Punch Man is purely volumes, I think Murata is releasing them to check how people react so he can change stuff if people don't like it. That's cheating, then. That's stupid. I don't like it. That means he doesn't have confidence in his own writing ability, and people praise him. Like, once again, I don't like it. Diamond Jirachi said, I would prefer more consistent chapter and no redraws, though. I think everybody would. Diamond Jirachi said, Oda did change Katakuri's Devil Fruit type, though. He did, but it was done well before it was a relevant thing. Like, he didn't change the fruit, and he didn't change what it could do. He changed the typing because he realized, yeah, okay, I called it a Logia, but nah, it's more like a special paramecia. All right, so he, and other mangas are allowed, that's a tweak. That's not a redraw. That's a fucking tweak. You know? That's, oh shit, I forgot to draw their legs in one panel. Just let me touch that up before the volume release. We're talking entire chapters, characters that weren't even there, character development, forms. We're talking somebody going Super Saiyan God and then not going Super Saiyan God in the volume. That's what we're talking about here. Like, it's way too blatant. Diamond Jirachi also said it's mostly small detail, but it's something he changed. Yeah. And every manga, even Bleach did it, Toriko did it. Yeah, like minor tweaks like that. And once again, and people are unhappy when they happen. Of course they are. But it's usually caught in a couple of weeks. It's not 6 months later. It's not no chapter released for a year and then all of a sudden I'm going to change the entirety of the lore I established for the last year. That's, you know. Giant Trade even said that's a small change though. Yeah, and it didn't affect, once again, it didn't affect the Katakuri fight. It didn't affect Katakuri's personality. Didn't affect his ability. Didn't have to change a single panel. All they had to do was go, it's like when they first released the chapter with Katakuri, he was named Dogtooth. That's not his name. His name's Katakuri. It was a bad translation. So they changed it up. Right? Like, that's just correcting. That's a correction. It's not even a, you know, like, nah, it's not the same thing as far as I'm concerned. Solo Warrior said, thing is, that really did not change anything in One Piece. Exactly, because the fight still happened the same. His powers and his abilities, his forms, everything Katakuri did, doesn't matter if he was a fucking zone user. We'd just be like, he's candy though. How the fuck is that an animal? You'd be questioning it, but literally it was a word. It was a word that meant nothing on a title card. His abilities, his powers, everything that happened still happened regardless whether he was a Logia or a Paramecia. It was a word change. His Devil Fruit didn't even change. The name stayed the same. So that's too minor a change. People think it's a big change, but it's not. Yeah, and Solo even says, while One Punch Man changes whole fights, also One Piece did that one time, not multiple times. Yeah, and that thing's been going on for 21 years. So, yeah. Oh my god, they changed one thing in 21 years. Like, fuck. You know? Dragon Trade said, I praise one more than Murata. I actually am inclined to, too. I've started to appreciate one's, even though I haven't read the webcomic because his art is absolutely abysmal. I'm actually starting to appreciate one and his storytelling more than Murata in the way he's handling things. I think the way Murata is handling this is just piss poor in my opinion. He's lacking a level of almost professionalism, responsibility, integrity. I don't know what word I want to use for it. I don't want to insult him too bad. Because he does do amazing art and stuff, but I think he's lacking a certain level of commitment or responsibility. And he thinks because he's Murata, it feels like because he's Murata, he can get away with too much, and that bothers me. Diamond Darachi said, I'm just saying there was a change. I'm not saying it was near on the same level. I mean, yeah, but that's a tweak, not a change. Diamond Darachi said, also, I'm not defending the redraws, even if it seems like it. Oh, no, I didn't think you were, though, Diamond. I did not think that you were. You even stated before that you do not like the redraws, so that's fine. I'm just giving you my thoughts to your responses, that's all. Diamond Darachi said, transitions are different things anyways. I mean, that's a whole nother kettle of fish that happens, right? Like, that's one thing, too. And plus, we also read these things. Like, for example, when a bad translation of a chapter comes out before the official release. If you start to argue the way something was done before the official release, that's your fault for reading an unofficial translation. Really. I mean, technically, once again, if One Punch Man is not meant to be released before volumes come out, technically, I shouldn't get mad. Because as far as I'm concerned, the redraws never happened. If I was an official release reader only, I would only read the volumes. And the volumes would be consistent. So you can make that argument. But then I go back on the argument of, how the fuck are there scans on the internet then? Somebody released them. Does a ninja break into Murata's studio every night? Or is he choosing to release them? And if he chooses to publish them, internet, magazine, or otherwise, then that other argument from earlier, to me, goes out the window. At least I think. Vib said, haven't read One Piece, but that's funny. Katakuri means dogtooth violet. It's a flower. Yes, and that was where the translation got confused, Vib, because they translated Katakuri as dogtooth because they thought because he had like teeth. Anyways, but he was actually calling him Katakuri. That, but yeah, so that was funny. They literally translated when Oda did not mean to literally translate. So, kind of funny. Dragon Church said, though I like more tats, one's webcomic gets to the point, which I think, once again, this is why this feels not just fleshed out, but it feels like filler. That's why I've got a bit of Diamond Darachi said, I could even argue that the battles themselves didn't really matter, only the outcome if I wanted to defend the redraws. I mean, but by that logic, every series doesn't matter. Like, really? I mean, why does it matter how Luffy gets the One Piece? As long as he gets it. Why does it matter if Naruto becomes Hokage or how he goes about it as long as he becomes it? Why does it matter if how Asta becomes the... You know what I mean? The how we got there, the journey along the way as a storyteller is literally the only point. It's not the goal. I know we like to use that in shonen, like it's not the goal at the end, it's the journey that got us there. In story that sucks, but as readers, that's the whole point. We could have been told that Frodo destroys the ring at the, in page 1 of Fellowship of the Ring. Oh yeah, wow, there's all this evil. But don't worry about it. Frodo's going to win. Okay. So we don't need to watch Lord of the Rings. We don't need to see Star Wars. We don't need to see anything. Like, you see the problem with that argument? At least the way I'm taking it. Diamond Jirachi also says, though, because unlike most shonen, the story isn't really people becoming stronger. It's how the world changes. Which, yeah, is part of it, but as long as you're still following a story, I guess. I sort of missed your point there, and I apologize for that. Yeah, because you're saying basically, like... But once again, I feel like the people also need to change, and that's part of my problem with One Punch Man. Nobody seems to change very much. I don't know. Vib said, phew, I gotta go. Been up way too long. Yeah, it's way too late for you, Vib. Go to bed. Fun stream. Let's hope we don't have to wait too long until the next one. Yeah, let's hope there's another great chapter soon. Maybe chapter 141, The Lost Chapter by Murata. That ninja didn't steal into his studio. He went to his studio and grabbed the wrong chapter, guys. There's still 141. Contact that ninja, Vib. Get him here. Diamond Jirachi said, but yeah, thanks for dropping by, Vib. Always appreciated. And good work on the chapter, too. Diamond Jirachi said, yeah, One Piece could change stuff as well if they wanted. See, I don't believe they could. They could, but they shouldn't. And nobody does. Kubo doesn't do it. Mashima doesn't do it. Oda doesn't do it. Kishimoto doesn't do it. Like, they don't do it because it's lacking in integrity. You don't go back on what you did. If it's required to keep consistency of a story, yeah, you have to make minor adjustments and tweaks. It happens. You make retcons in verse. Hockey is technically a retcon in One Piece. It's done very well the way Oda did it, but we can all acknowledge that he didn't think of hockey when he was writing One Piece in the early arcs. We know that when he wrote East Blue, when he wrote Alabasta, he had no idea about hockey. He came up with it later because he went, oh fuck, Logias are too overpowered. I need a way for non-Logia users to be able to fight them because it wouldn't make sense for guys like Shanks and Whitebeard, strongest pirates in the verse, with no Logia Devil Fruits, between the two of them, losing because it's a Logia. It just makes no sense. So he came up with that later. But in verse, that was a retcon in verse. He didn't go back and redraw hockey being used by Crocodile in Alabasta. That would be Murata level, and that's stupid. Dragon says, has Murata done any redraws recently? Don't know. Stopped caring. Phoenix Man said, hello there, the angel from my nightmares. Hello, Phoenix Man. Diamond Jirachi said, gotta go as well. All right, thank you for dropping by, and thank you for being such a great member in the chat, Diamond Jirachi. I've really enjoyed our discussions here. You've brought up some really interesting stuff. I really appreciate it. But also says, the battles were always the least interesting thing about anime and manga for me anyway, so in the end, it doesn't really matter to me. Fair enough, but still the integrity from a creator's perspective is insulting. That's all I'm saying. Tenryo said, which do you want? Morpher versus Pokeball versus Omnitrix versus Dual Disc versus Digivice. Okay. We're gonna pause. I'm gonna grab a beer before I answer that question. I gotta pause before I answer that question. Okay, so I believe the question was which would I want? I don't know what the Omnitrix is. Omnitrix or whatever. But a dual disc, it depends. Because I'm assuming that means that I'm trapped in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever, and like Battle City and stuff is a possibility, and the Egyptian God cards are a possibility, and all that shit. So that'd be pretty cool considering I have the Egyptian God cards, and I have like 4 pieces of Exodia, and I've got Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, and I've got like a shit ton of good cards. So that would be cool. A Morpher, if I could become the Green Ranger, my favorite Ranger, Tommy Oliver, a lot of people's favorite Ranger. That would be really cool too. A Pokeball, or a Digivice. See, that's actually, you know what? Tenryo is bringing up a good nerd question. I don't know. I give it to you right now, though. I can automatically get rid of Omnitrix or whatever because I don't know what it is. And if I don't know what it is, clearly I don't care. I can get rid of Dual Disc as well because I'm not L'Oreal because I'm worth it. So I'm not the Pharaoh and I'm not Kaiba, so I would not be good enough at the card game. And I don't like the direction the card game took, like Pendulum Monsters and fucking XDs and all this bullshit. So I like OG Yu-Gi-Oh! So that wouldn't be a thing. Pokeball, assuming that, is it just one Pokeball? Assuming that I can catch multiple Pokemon or whatever, and it's not just one Pokeball, but like you get to start catching Pokemon, but and then the Digivice, like like really it's down to a choice. It's not really Pokeball versus Digivice versus Morpher. It's, do I want to be powerful myself, or do I want companionship and power to fight with me? You know? Like, do I want an Umbreon, or do I want to be a Power Ranger? Like, that's sort of the question we're talking about here. Do I want a War Greymon? You know? Hard question. Honestly, I don't have an answer. All 3 have their pros and cons. But definitely those 3 over the Dual Disc and the Omnitrix. Don't get me wrong, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! But I'm assuming that we're going to have to introduce Pendulum Monsters and shit, and that's just annoying. Once again, I'm not Yugi and I'm not Kaiba, so at least in the Pokemon world or the Digimon world, there are so many options. You don't have to be the main character or his arch rival to be the best that ever was, sort of idea. So there's always that option. Same with the Power Ranger Morpher. If I have the Dragon... You know what? I think just for the soul's sake, let's assume that I can have the Dragon Dagger and the Dragon Zord as my Zord. I think I'd probably go with the Morpher. I'd be good because not only that, I'd have to force myself to learn a martial art so I wouldn't hold my morphing self back. So I would have to be committed to not drink so much, and like it'd be a good commitment thing, like change your life. And yeah, so I think I'd go with Morpher. Yeah, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. That's a hard one. Morpher out of nowhere. That was good though. Bringing in the Morpher. But I think, yeah, if I can have the Dragon Dagger, then I'm good. Dragon's Rage said, I like to think that Oda thought of hockey before the Grand Line. Pretty much he had thought of it since the Shanks stared at the Sea Monster and won away. Yeah, he thought of Conqueror's hockey. He didn't think of Armament hockey. Right? Phoenix Man said, I'd be alright with their retcons if we were told exactly why they decided to do them. If we had an explanation, I think, yeah, you know what? I was about to say no, that's no excuse, but it would at least make it better if Murata went on and apologized and said, look, guys, I know I've been doing a lot of redos and redraws lately. I'm sorry. It's just that here is why. Like, here's my own thought process as to why. If he just came out and said why he did it, and I don't want some generic, I wasn't happy with it. Like, no. That's not good enough. You need to tell me, you know? Like, one of my favorite animes of all time, English dubbed or otherwise, is Inuyasha, and some of the scenes that are supposed to be romantic and good are done, the word choicing, it's not the voice actor's fault that they chose bad English dubbed lines, because back then, once again, that was sort of a 90s anime, so it was more westernized, right? They wouldn't use Japanese terms, and it came off really cringy. That still makes me cringe, even if they're supposed to be really intense, really romantic, really badass lines. They're sort of ruined by them trying to tone it down for PG-13 audiences or trying to westernize it or what have you. But I accept it as part of something that I love. Going back and changing it with a new voice actor or doing that whole like that really, it feels like they're doing that really shitty like Photoshop job before Photoshop existed. Like, oh, this is clearly his face. Can't you tell? Hi, I'm a puppet, you know, or the whole like, yes, I am completely and utterly in love with you. Wait, are you sure he said that? Like, can we run that tape again? I am completely and utterly in love with you. What happened to your voice there? That doesn't sound right. It doesn't even match the lip flaps. Like, that's what it feels like to me, guys. I don't know. I can keep going on about this, but I think we're sort of beating a dead horse. He also goes on to say, because with the sheer amount that has been changed, there's no way they did this because they felt like it. I would like to think so, but maybe Murata's not that great a person. Maybe he's irresponsible. I don't know. Phoenix Man said, instead, it's just like, your favorite fights and moments are now non-canon and we're going to give you no explanation. Okay, thanks, bye. Phoenix Man's just spitting facts here, guys. Solar Warrior said, well, no, if you're in Yu-Gi-Oh, you might end up in the Shadow game, lose, then get tortured for eternity, just straight up killed if you lose a card game. Aha! But the Shadow game, the Shadow Realm only existed in the dub. You actually went to hell. You were dead. So, but yeah, I see your point. There is that. Dragon Droid said, also, Rayleigh made an appearance in the East Blue in a flashback, so not so far-fetched to think Oda plans way ahead. Yeah, he does, but yeah, but like, I'm not arguing that he thinks far ahead. I'm saying that clearly he didn't think of hockey. We know he didn't think of Armament hockey. We know he didn't think of Bushido hockey because it wasn't part of it yet. Like, it didn't need, but he realized he made Logia's overpowered and he needed to fix it. That's all. Because Crocodile has hockey, but he never used it. That makes no sense. You know? Solar Warrior said, Omnitrix not sure which version because the higher ones allow you to become a higher dimensional being and it allows you to become an alien stored in it and you can scan in the alien to become them. You can turn back to your human self if you want. Is that from something that I've never seen, like Ben 10 or something? Is that? I've always wanted to watch Ben 10. I've never watched Ben 10. Or is that from Avatar or something else that pretends to be anime? I'm not sure what it's from, but I think I just want to be a guardian. You know what? That's what I want to be. I want to become a guardian. I come from the net, through systems, people, and places, to this place. Mainframe. My format, guardian. To mend and defend. That's what I think. Solo Warrior said, yes, Ben 10. I figured it's super fucking popular. Never seen it. I can't shit on it or praise it because I've never seen it. I just know that it has like 4 versions of it or something like that, or 5. And yeah, so I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh my god, the stream went for 2 hours and it was only like a 40-page chapter. My god. But then again, we had to rant about Murata and all his bullshittery, so had to happen. Can't wait for all the dislikes that are going to come. Like, we have 12 likes. I can't believe you guys allow me to bitch about Murata so much. Like, I seriously repeated myself easily 8 times with the same, maybe a different analogy, but the same basic point. I don't think that Murata has, like, I just don't think he's got the responsibility or integrity that comes with being a mangaka. And he sort of acts like, well, my name is Murata, so everything that I do is okay, whether it's ethical or integral or not. You know? So he's got that sort of like, oh, well, I'm Sony. I'm the Sony brand. It doesn't matter how much I fuck up. I'm fucking Sony. People are still going to buy my shit. You know, it feels that way, but we don't know because he won't come out, as Phoenix Man pointed out, he won't come out and just fucking explain it. Like, why did you do that? Why are we waiting 6 months and then getting a redraw? And then we wait another 4 months and still no new chapter. What the fuck happened? You know, update us. I don't know, man. If I got about 100 customers, and if I didn't answer a single one of their phone calls for fucking 6 months, guess what? I'm no longer their electrician. That's all I'm saying. Dragon said, how many subs will it take for you to do a webtoon comic or one shot? How many subs will it take for you to do a webtoon comic? I'm scared of webtoon comics, and I'll tell you why. Number one, I only like romance ones so far. I've read a lot of them, but I don't like Solo Leveling. A lot of people love that one. And that other super popular one, Hardcore Leveling Warrior or something. I don't like either one of those. I tried to read that one like 3 times, and I just gave up. Not the hugest fan of those series. So I only read romance ones. But also number 2, a lot of people with more subs than me Rogers Base got copyright strike. Like, reading Solo Leveling is YouTube death right now. So I'm scared to read like webcomics or webtoons and upload any content related to them right now. So don't know about that. But as far as a one shot goes, tell me the one shot. I can read it, I can review it, I can react to it. You never know. Solar Warrior said, if you got way more viewers, you would get more hate. Fair enough. That's true. I get a lot of hate now, actually. You guys just don't see it. But with so little the fan base, ow. Either you know enough to know your opinion or 100% with you, or with a bigger fan base, that's a different story. Solar Warrior says, agrees with you 100%. Oh, yeah, no, most people here, like 90% of my fan base, do not agree with my opinion on Murata. They do not agree with my opinion on One Punch Man. They don't agree with any of this. I literally do this for the clout. Let's just be straight up. Like right now, I could be playing Pokemon Diamond and having a great time. I'd only get 20 views after a few days. Maybe 1 or 2 of you would come to the chat. I do a One Punch Man reaction. Looking at the stats right now, had 20 people in here, 108 views, 13 likes. It's easy clout for me. To be honest, that's part of the reason. And for some reason, I don't get canceled for my bad opinion. Like at first I was like, okay, you gotta sort of tame it back. Like, don't hate on Tatsumaki too much. She's a fan favorite. Don't hate on Murata so much. His art is 11 out of 10, and you need to respect that. It's like, yeah, I respect that. I don't respect anything else about it. You know, so it's like I tried to tame it back for a while, but then all of a sudden it was like, no, I'm just going to give you guys like how I feel. You guys want One Punch Man reactions, and I think I'm honest. Like, I had a great time reading the chapter. You know, One Punch Man is not a bad manga. I don't mind reading it. I'm just not a fan of it. So I read it. You guys like watching me read it. You like watching me react to it. They're legitimate, honest reactions. And then I bitch about the things I didn't like at the end of the stream. So, and it gets me, as I said, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's literally because it does really well. I wasn't going to even do a stream today. I had a video already scheduled to be uploaded. It was a reaction to a rap cipher, but I pushed it to tomorrow morning because I was like, well, this is easy views. Sit around for a couple hours. I was going to sit down and drink beer anyway. The sun went down anyways. So I can't go out on my porch and this is just, I'm relaxing anyways. I got nothing pressing. I was like, I can do a stream. Sounds like fun. I like talking to you guys. I've always had a good time streaming. I've never had a bad time streaming. So I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, well, he's so bored. He doesn't really care. He just, wants the clout. It's like, yeah, I like the clout. But at the same time, I also like talking to you guys. This is a great way to interact with you guys, get your opinions. And then guys like Tenryo just come in here with, hey, I got a question for you. Pokemon or Digimon? It's like, oh, shit. Well, now we're into a whole nother discussion. And that's fun for me, right? I have fun doing this stuff. Streams are one of my most, honestly, over videos, streams, even though they take a lot longer because they take up most of my day, but streams I find I have a lot more fun with. I like doing them. I have fun doing them. I don't know. Dragon said, I mean, you make your own webtoon. Oh, really? Make my own webtoon. I would have to relearn how to draw. That would take me at least 6 to 8 months. I don't got time for that. If I could relearn how to draw in less time, sure, but my drawing skill right now is lacking. It was never perfected in the first place. It's decent, but it's not great. And I would have to relearn even how to get to that level. And that would take me a while. So I don't know. Maybe one day we'll see. Solar Warrior said, if you do get way more viewers, you would get... Oh, sorry. Solar Warrior said, I love Got a High School. Also, webtoons usually never copyright strike unless you do videos on Fast Pass chapters. But recently a different company copyrighted YouTubers. Interesting to know. I just don't cover that stuff. So... Solar Warrior said that was dealt with though. Okay, I mean fair enough, but we'll have to wait and see. But Dragon's Rage was talking about me doing my own one. Yeah, that'd be cool to do. I wouldn't know how I would go about it. Dragon's Rage said, hey, you have 5 dislikes. I do? Yes. Yes. I hated on Murata enough that you guys were like, no, you suck. You have a terrible opinion. Thank you. About time I pissed off some of you fuckers. I do have 5 dislikes on this. See, I can't see that right now. See if I can pull that up. Because I'm in the studio, and for some reason they show likes but not dislikes. Let's just see. Oh, I do too. Yeah, people don't like me. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's cool. That's cool. I don't mind because I know I'm pissing off a lot of people. A lot of people are like, why are you making content? You're making hate videos. Me, 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 me. It's like, no. I was asked to react to this video. I read the chapter. I liked the chapter. I said positive things about the chapter. And then I said negative things about the fact that this fan base is toxic. And has a love boner for Murata, and I have a hate boner for him. There we go. But yeah. So interesting. Solo Warrior said SL is from Tappy Tunes, not the Solo Leveling is from Tappy Tunes, not the Webtoon app. And from what I understand, Tappy Tunes love to copyright strike people. Before Tappy Tunes got the license to Solo Leveling was fine on YouTube. Yeah, I just heard that the change happened. Alright, anyone can make their own Webtoon on the Webtoon app. Some people write their story and hire an artist. If I found an artist I really liked, I could hire an artist, I suppose. I do have great stories. Actually, I was outside today. I wrote... let me see if I find it. I did have the book here. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Right here. So sometimes I just sit out in the sun. Like we had a really nice sunny day. I sit out and, see, I just write a bunch of pages, So I think today I wrote like 6 pages. And all I do is I just write it in scene format. Like I'm thinking manga, like I'm imagining anime or manga when I do it. And so some of it's sort of like very he said, she said, sort of Harry Potter style. But I do write, and I write like scenes like just so I don't forget them, right? Like this story, I don't really know how to get it from from B to C sort of idea, but I know I have a lot of moments like taking place in D and E, sort of idea, or in this arc or in this arc, or 50 episodes in, I know I want to put this scene in there somewhere when the whole crew's together and I have all my characters together and they've been on their adventure and blah, blah, blah. I don't know how we're getting there yet, but here's a scene I really wanted to draw or really want to write about. So I'll write about whole scenes and whole chapters and whole ideas in that format, and then one day maybe I'll be able to format it all together. Who knows? But yeah, so we're down to like only 5-6 people in here right now, and I don't feel like getting any more dislikes tonight, like, because now we're at like 66% likes or something like that. So as long as we're keeping it above 50, as long as half of you love me, half of you hate me, I think we're okay. I think we're good. I'd love to see why people hate on me though. Like 5 dislikes, but I didn't see anybody in here that actually had the balls to tell me why they disliked. So good to know. I mean, I'd be fine if you wanted to type in and say, Murata's a genius, you're a piece of shit, fuck you. At least I know why I earned a dislike. I had a hardcore fan in here. But, yeah, I want some of these dislikers to have the balls to comment on this stream and tell me why they disliked my video. I want to see that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, blah, blah, blah. I think we had a fun time. I had a pretty good time. 2-hour stream. I really liked the chapter, guys. I would call it a solid 8 out of 10 chapter. It was really good. Like, it was exciting. It was fun. We had a lot of fan favorite characters. I thought it was a good time. I thought it was a good chapter. So, take that for what you will. But, yeah, maybe 143 will be better. Maybe we'll get the Lost chapter 141. Who knows? But hopefully Murata gets off his ass and gets onto a proper schedule from now on. And maybe you guys will see more One Punch Man content as a result. Even if it's disliked all the shit. Who knows? But yeah, Dragon's Rage says later. Later, man. Solo Warrior says bye then. See you, Solo. Thank you for everyone in the chat who was here. We had a lot of cats in here this time. We had, let's see, we had Phoenix Man, we had Tenryo, we had Diamond Jirachi, we had Vibhav, we had, keep going. We had AJ, we had Natty Without Any Loop, we had Oleg, we had Dath, we had, am I missing something? Danger Cod, we had Koda Mol XO, we had, I think that's it, One Nation Army, MC Dude. Yeah, I think I got everybody. If I missed you, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so everybody in here who responded in the chat, thank you so much. Thank you to all people who we apparently are at 14 likes. Thank you to everybody who liked the video. And for the 5 who disliked the video, apparently at last time I checked, 5 dislikes. Let me know in the comment section down below how I pissed you off. I always like to, stir that goddamn pot. So thanks guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for 500 subscribers on YouTube, in no small part to my Jujutsu Kaisen content, which is going to be continuing from now on. That's really exciting for me. I jumped really easily into the 500 club. I'm happy about that. Let's get our ass to 600 before the summer. How's that sound? 600 before the summer. We're 80 away. 80 odd subscribers away. I think we can do it. So let's just see. Let's set that for the next goal. After we'll set up the 500 milestone video and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I think that's everything. I think I covered everything. I plugged, shameless plugging, plugged, pissed off a fan base, plugged a little more. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Okay, guys. See you back here next time. I don't know how to end the stream. I'm bad at it. Bye. Drink responsibly. Yeah. On a Monday.